I just want to talk for a minute about how sobriety and recovery, it sucks sometimes. And if you're new here, my name's Amanda. I am a recovering alcoholic. I used to drink vodka and take kratom all day, every day for about 3 years straight. I say that not because I regret getting sober or because I am not happy to be in recovery. And just by the way, I use the word recovery and am a recovering alcoholic because, at least for me, my recovery journey is never going to come to an end. I will never put recovery in the past tense because I am in a constant state of recovery, because I am in a constant state of development, and I am constantly evolving. At least that's the goal, my goal. So the reason I tend to lean toward talking about the disgusting parts of my life correlated with my addiction and alcoholism, and why I want to be so forthcoming and transparent about the struggles that I have even now in sobriety and recovery, is because I feel like it's important for people to know that that part of life is normal. I watched a lot of sober creators and I watched a lot of sobriety videos, and the ones that I watched, the people talking were very energetic. They were very, they were high on life. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just giving you my perspective when I was in that place. And they were talking about how they don't miss alcohol. They were talking about things that happened since they quit drinking, and they were all good things. They were sleeping better. They were more productive. They had so much energy. They were always in a good mood and happy. They could bounce back from bad, emotional response. Their relationships improved. They were working at places that they enjoyed. They were fulfilled in life. And those things do come in recovery. They come at different points and times for different people, and they're not always constant. You're not constantly sleeping well, and you're not constantly happy. You have those moments and those times, but like life, you have to really roll with the punches. It comes and goes in waves. And I remember watching those creators talk about how great sobriety and recovery was, and I thought to myself, okay, so get this. I haven't drank my entire life. There was a good part of my life, most of my life, where I wasn't drinking and I was completely sober, and I have never fucking felt the way that you're describing right now. I don't think that baseline is even a possibility for me. That's like you walking up to a fish and telling it how amazing the sky is. So, I would watch these videos and feel, on one hand, encouraged that, that was what I'm going to strive for, is a life filled with joy, fulfillment, healthy relationships without a substance. But it also felt like an unachievable goal, and it felt unrealistic. And I was missing that element that really connects you to an idea, which is being able to relate. I couldn't imagine ever being able to relate to that. I can say now, yeah, I do relate. I'm not constantly happy. I just had like a meltdown and a crash out last week, and was really tempted to drink and to relapse. But speaking generally, I am shocked at how much joy I am able to feel. I'm shocked that I own a house. I'm shocked that I'm holding down a job. I am shocked that I'm talking to complete strangers about very intimate and vulnerable, shameful times of my life. And I couldn't be happier. I'm so blessed. I'm present with my children. The way that my children look at me is irreplaceable. My children look at me in a way that I've never looked at my mother, and never will. And that is completely worth it to me. I would live 1,000 lifetimes having the mom that I had, or not having the mom that I had, just for that eye contact that I get with my children, and the way they look at me and the way they trust me. That's a gift. But not everyone has children. Not everyone wants children. So you have to find your own fulfillment in your sobriety. And I want to show you how normal it is to struggle in your recovery, and how normal it is to feel like shit, to still get waves of depression, to still feel anxious, to still find it difficult to be alive. It's a very real thing. Not everyone loves being alive. Not everyone loves their life the way it is. Not everyone has that hope that their life can get better. I'm here to tell you that life does get better. You can absolutely make it better. If you had seen me in my life and where I was and the relationships that I had and didn't have, you definitely would not have been rooting for me, thinking that I would be here right now. And again, not that I'm this huge success story. I'm still, a very broken, traumatized, selfish person with a bloated ego that is trying to navigate life, sober, and being a mother, being a partner, my career, my relationships, and it's all still a really big mess. But I don't dread waking up in the morning anymore, and that's a blessing.